Yeah, all right. I think we can start. So, yeah, today we'll be talking about EKS. So, by the name, by seeing my screen, you know what we are talking about today. So, it's about Kubernetes, but in AWS cloud. So, whatever the functionality Kubernetes gives us, whatever we have seen so far, that won't change, except that we do the same thing on cloud, on a cloud clusters, on a cloud managed clusters. It means, see what we did earlier when we trying when we are having Kubernetes discussions, we have installed our own cluster, right? And we have did everything on that. But here in cloud, AWS provided something called EKS for us. It's a managed cluster. It means it's managed by AWS guys itself, including upgrades, patches, availability, and everything. All we have to do is deploy our services. That's the only thing. Got it what I'm saying? So EKS is nothing but a managed Kubernetes service. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service, which managed by AWS only. All we will be doing is like creating our cluster and we'll be deploying our applications, accessing it. So whatever the maintenance and everything, which they'll be controlling by AWS guys. We have control plane, right? Our components are everything: API server, etcd, control manager, scheduler. So all these things we don't manage anymore in AWS. So it will be managed by AWS itself. I told you. See how it works here. Provision a cluster. EKS automatically deploys Kubernetes control plane. Connect to EKS. Connect to your EKS cluster. Deploy your applications. That's it. As simple as that. So now we'll be creating our own EKS cluster, and of course we will be see how to connect to it and how to deploy to it. Of course, we'll deploy sample application as well, just like how we did earlier, by writing a manifest file or by writing a Helm chart. All are same. Got it? So now we have to create a cluster. Simply create it. So it says quick configuration with EKS auto mode. It means EKS will automatically select the infrastructure for you. The default settings. I don't want that. Let's do it from scratch maybe. So now first go to cluster name, dev cluster IAM role. As of now there is no role. Create recommended role. Because why we need to create a recommended role? Because the IAM role, we are allowing Kubernetes control plane to be managed by AWS. See, the control plane is there, right? The components and all. It's managed by AWS guys. In order to manage them, we need to have an IAM role. So EKS, it's already selected. If you see auto cluster, so all we have to do is just create a role. Okay. These are all the permissions they have. EKS auto cluster role. So what happening is, with this role, with these permissions, AWS guys maintain the cluster, manage the cluster. We don't need to bother about it. Refresh. Sorry. See. Next we have version. Which version you want? I think 1.29. Yeah, this is the latest one, but we are using this one. The last one. So maybe next year we'll be migrating before March, something maybe. So as of now, 1.29 is the current version. 1.28 is the old version. So support is there, but it's better to use 1.29. Upgrade policy, standard. Upgrade policy means what happens is, this option supports Kubernetes version 14 months after release. There is no additional cost. Let's say if let's say anything releases new version, let's say iOS, let's say new version, after some time they'll stop giving updates to you, right? Like let's say I bought an iPhone 16. Maybe let's say I was 16. Sorry, iPhone 16 and something. I was something 18 something. If I bought iPhone 7 now, they don't give updates because that's old. Only for certain time they'll give for free. So here also Kubernetes have two things: standard update policy and extended update policy. It means standard means, let's say if the version is expiring today, they'll give you the support to you for 14 months free. If you want more than that, choose extended. They'll give 26 months support to you after, even after the version is old, but hourly cost. See, so I don't want that much. Of course we'll be doing it before 14 months only, within the 14 months. Let's say from today the version is deprecating, and from today 14 months will get, so within 14 months obviously we'll update it. Got it? So that's about it. So next we have auto mode compute. So it's like managed groups actually. So auto mode is nothing but where you will be creating a node group actually. We'll see that in next things. So here what happens is like, let's try this without, yeah. So auto mode is, as I told you earlier, on top. It will automatically use the default settings for you and it will create it. But of course I don't want that. I want to create by my own. That's why I disabled that. I forgot to disable it. Sorry. Where is this? Yeah, this one. So standard policy is fine for me. Oh, sorry, 1.29. Allow cluster admin access. You want to have admin access for the cluster? Yes, of course. Cluster authentication mode through API only. I will be authenticating. It means through kubectl like that. That's API. We are connecting to that. And ARC zonal shift. So what happened is like, this by default it's enabled actually. What is this zonal shift is? So let's say availability zone is down, automatically this application traffic will be move away from that and will be keeping that. So if we enable it, so what happens is, so we need to set up our cluster C environment as well to an AG failure before that. You can enable it if you want, or you can disable it by default, whichever. Leave it. Click next. Networking, of course, VPC and all, that's you have to select obviously. So I have selected all the subnets. Means one availability zone is down, so obviously I can able to do it with another availability zones. Cluster access, public and private. You can keep it private. So it means, if let's say public means anyone can able to access outside of VPC. Public and private means, so cluster can able to access from outside, but worker no traffic will stay within the VPC. If I keep it private, what happens is, traffic also won't come out of your VPC. Then how do I access application? Through NAT. That's what we have, right? So you can able to set up NAT. So set up a NAT, login to, connect to your EKS cluster, this Kubernetes cluster also using through NAT, and access also through NAT. So since we don't have NAT for now, I'm choosing public. Just to show you, I want to show you the application, how it applied and everything. But in organizations, I'm telling you, no one uses public clusters. Observability, you want Prometheus or not? So it says it's currently disabled. So when you keep it the cluster privately, it will available to you. And of course you want logs, enable it. For now I don't want it. Let's select. What is this? Add-ons. Yep. These are all add-ons, networking for pod. These are the components we required. If you want EFS driver, if you want to mount something in your cluster, you need a CSI driver for everything. Let's say EFS, I want it as an example. Maybe CloudWatch I want, okay, we can't select. Maybe EVS driver I want to select EVS driver. Maybe I want to have S3, say mount point for S3, select S3. It's disabled, but you can see it. So next you want to have some more thing. So whatever the add-ons you want, like let's say you want to have some feature. Let's say you want to mount EFS driver. Of course you can uncheck it, you can later also set up, but by default this gave it to you. So we have selected like this. So if you want to do something with EKS, you need the driver. Got it? See, it's, and now once it is done, it is asking the versions to you. EKS pod version, EFS driver version. Okay, EBS. I don't know the version, which version exactly to use. But let's see based on our one Kubernetes version here. And here, do we have 1.29? No, it's not there. So let's leave it default. Here also, I guess. Yeah, leave it default. Core DNS also default. Core DNS is service discovery component. You know it. It will be running in our cluster. This also is fine. Now go here, review and create cluster, I think review page. You may ask, as of now, we creating a cluster, okay. You selected VPC, you know which network the cluster should be, the IAM role, and the name, version, blah blah, as well as public access or private access. That is also selected. Logs you disabled, okay, that's fine. Add on some drivers if you want to install. It will be installed to you by default when creating a cluster itself. It will install to you. If you don't want, you can uncheck it, go back and uncheck it. But it will be required. In organizations, of course, we'll be using EBS volumes, we'll be using EFS drives. So we need this. Let's say you forgot to check here. You can install by yourself. That is fine. The driver can be installed by YAML files. Okay, all are installed. But where are the nodes? Cluster, what is the cluster means? Group of nodes, right? I need this many nodes like that. But where are the nodes? That we'll see. There is something called compute. See, there are no nodes, no node groups. Here we'll be adding something called node groups or forget profiles. I'll explain you what is this. So once the cluster is created, obviously it's creating, we can able to create our node group. So in Kubernetes, generally what we do in outside, so we create a cluster and we add the servers into the cluster, which as a workers, right? One, where you can control. Like that we can able to add multiple servers. There is no issue. In EKS there is advantage that you can have, let's say, something called node groups. Let's say your application is there. Example I'm just saying. You want to run your application in one particular node. What you do? You can add a node selector for that. That is fine at the Kubernetes level. But here also, you can create multiple node groups, and each and every node group you can have multiple servers. I mean workers. Where what happens? You can use that node group to run your application. Let's say I want to run application in a specific node group. You can able to do that like that. It's just like a target group, let's say, simply to keep it simple. Multiple target groups are there. You want to route the traffic, you will add a rule. Similarly here also, we have multiple node groups. If you want to do something, you need to create a node group and add your servers if you want, and just create it. Same thing with forget profiles also. Forget profile means there are no nodes, obviously. It means you just deploy your parts without bothering about the infrastructure. Just like what is that? ECS, AWS, right? EC2 and forget models. EC2 means where we create our servers and we deploy our applications, I mean the task, whatever inside the servers. Forget means we don't bother about the servers anymore. There are no servers. We just deploy our containers in ECS, I mean the tasks. So the cost will be based on how many tasks you ran. Here also forget profiles is nothing but you create a forget profile to run to run your parts using forget model. So without bothering about the infrastructure. So like the same thing. You can able to use the same thing both. So either forget profile you can able to use or node groups. Node groups means it will create easy instances for you. Forget profile means no infrastructure. It will just deploy your pods. That's completely fine. Anything, whichever you want to use. So once you create option, let's say this should be available. So let's wait. It will take too much time. That's okay. If you see here, standard support. Currently our support model is standard support, and if you see until March 2025, so until maybe 3 months we still have time. So within 3 months you have to upgrade. You can upgrade the cluster. How to upgrade? Very easy. Let it create, we'll see it. But yeah, and one more thing, what is it I forgot? Extended support. So if you want extended support, maybe you can't update your cluster within 3 months, so you can extend it, of course with additional cost hourly. And of course overview, you can go here, whatever is selected. See ABI server endpoint. This is the endpoint of the server. If you want to connect it, of course we'll be using it, don't worry. You don't use it directly. Even in normal Kubernetes, you don't use the endpoint anywhere. It also have endpoint, I mean IP address and port number, something like that, but you never used it because when if you want to access the cluster, it will be based on what is that kubeconfig, because in the kubeconfig all your cluster information will be there, including the endpoint, your port number and everything. So you don't use this directly, so you'll be using the endpoint, sorry, the kubeconfig. We'll see that. Resources is, you can see here, these are Kubernetes resources: pods, replicas, deployment, stateful set, daemon, jobs, cron job, HPA, cluster, nodes, namespaces, See, services ingress classes, endpoints, config secret maps, sorry, config maps and secrets, storage PVCs, authentication, what is this, service accounts, authorization, cluster roles, role bindings. Of course you have seen all of these things, resource quotas, metering. Okay, these are fine, we haven't seen it. See, these are all types of resources available in Kubernetes. So let's say if I create a service, I will click on it, I can see here like that. Compute means the server infrastructure within the cluster, of course it will create. Networking, of course you have seen it. Security group, and add-ons, whatever the plugins you have enabled here, add-ons, it's still creating obviously. Access, so I can able to access. We'll wait, we'll see, don't worry, how to access it. And observability, monitoring, I have disabled all the things, but if you enable it, so it will monitor it for you, of course with cost, not without cost obviously. Update history, if you update something it will show here, and of course tags. So as of now I created, this one EKS cluster using UI, right? Not only this way, I can able to create from CLI also. How? There is something called EKS This is the EKS command line, where we can able to, first we have to install this EKS then create a cluster using EKS. See, let's open it. Oh, where is it? The photo gone. Let me see the image. EKS create cluster and -f, what is the name, what is the version. You can pass the same thing here, whatever you passed here, we network, all of these things, and of course it will create for you, which will take around 15 minutes, easily 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure, because we are creating, very recently clusters. It took around 15 minutes, that's why. So you can pass everything, and EKS you can have to do it. That is completely fine, whichever it is comfortable. I mean, I'm telling you again, so just because I created through UI does not mean only UI. You can create through EKS. Got it? See, Subramani ready something. Let's see how. See, AWS CLI, first you need to connect your account, and then EKS. Where is the command? The commands. EKS command will be there. These are all fine. kubectl also we need to install, because I want to access my cluster. We'll install later. But EKS see, EKS installed, role created. Next, where is the command? Yes, see, EKS cluster, the name, the region, the node type, T2 micro. We'll see this very soon. So, and it will create a cluster for you. See, like this, and we can able to deploy just our service, and we can able to access it like this. It's completely fine. All we are waiting for is to cluster to be ready. That's it, which will take some time. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait. Of course, you can see the notification on top, like, managed node groups and target profiles cannot be added while the cluster is being created. Please wait. So you have to wait, obviously. So what we'll be doing here is same thing. We'll be creating a cluster. Of course, that's what we're doing now, and we'll be deploying our resources and accessing it. Except we're in AWS cloud. That's it. That's the only difference. And since of course you're in AWS cloud, you can able to use AWS resources integration with your Kubernetes cluster, EKS cluster, I might say. So let's say I want to integrate S3, I can able to talk to S3 from my pods, of course with the role access permissions like this. I want to talk to IAM, so yeah, I can able to do that. So I can able to integrate IAM with S3, sorry, with not with S3, with service accounts. That is also I can able to do it because now we are in AWS, so we can able to use, as I told you, we can able to use AWS resources. So like that. So we're just waiting for to cluster to create. I meant to, so sorry. So last time I think it took around 15 minutes. For us, not even 10 minutes, I guess. And I think yeah, let's wait. Let's wait for a few minutes. So apart from this, any do you have any other questions? Meanwhile, since the cluster is creating, so why to just keep silent? Do you have any questions? Anything?
No,
Okay. You to practice DCS.
no, no. One class.
Sorry.
Yesterday class not practice. Yesterday I'm in journey,
Okay.
that's why.
Yeah. Practice and what I told, right? Load balancer also try to practice that one. It will work.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Classes will be up to next week,
So just 4 days remaining. That's it.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be last class for AWS, and
Okay.
from Monday we'll start Terraform, which will take 2 to 3 days maximum.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, you'll start your preparation. Meanwhile, after festival, maybe we can start. We'll see.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah. Still creating. Let's refresh. Is it still? See, 13 minutes ago created. Hopefully, it should be done. Come on, make it faster, please. Come on. Ah, finally, see, it's active. Oh god. Yeah. So now, if you want to upgrade, see, click on upgrade version. Which version you want? That's it. You can upgrade it. See. Of course, you cannot skip the version between. You have to go one by one only. So currently 1.29, right? You have to update 1.30 first. From there 1.31 later, like that. You have to do it. cannot be reversed. So before upgrading, no, simply we don't update like this. We make sure whatever our services running inside Kubernetes backed up or compatible with the new what is that with the new version, then only we'll do it. Now let's go to compute, add a node group. What is a node group name? Linux nodes, just example I'm just giving it. IAM role, there is no IAM role, created recommend role. Of course, because EKS here, I mean we are creating EC2 servers obviously here. So I don't want to use Fargate model, so I'll be using a node group. So of course, it means we are creating EC2 servers, right? Which means the cluster, EKS cluster needs to have access to manage the EC2 servers. Sorry, what happened? Haven't I created? Oh, sorry, name. See, allow EC2 instances to call AWS services on your behalf. EKS node role. So like this. Yeah, created. Now let's come here, refresh. EKS node role. You want to use a launch template? You know, you know what is launch template, right? Where we have every details in order to create a server. So if you want to use the launch template, you have simply click it, simply select the launch template. No need to select everything again. So for now I don't have. Let's see if it is not working. We'll come again here. If you want to add labels to the nodes, maybe type EC2. So these are labels where for each and every node this will be applied, whatever nodes which will be created now. So you can have taints also for this. That is completely fine. You have to use these tolerations in order to run your resources in this nodes which matches these taints. So for now it's fine. You already seen the taints. And here if you see, you have to select what is the OS you want. Windows, Amazon Linux is there. Ubuntu is not supported maybe here. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not there. Amazon Linux, anything. Capacity on demand, instance type, T2 micro is fine for me, I believe. T2 micro 1 GB, yeah, this is fine because we don't have to deploy anymore. So disk type 20, yeah, it's fine. 8 also fine, I don't deploy anything. Okay, I cannot, it is 20 is the minimum it seems. So managing node scaling, how many desired you want? 2 nodes, okay, minimum 2, maximum size 3. So node group configuration maximum unavailable. So what is this maximum unavailable means? Let's say you're deploying something, or let's say you're upgrading something, the nodes and everything. How many nodes can be unavailable at a time? So that let's say out of 2 nodes I want 1 node to be unavailable, means it will do one node by node update, so that application will be running always without a downtime. That's why we have to select this one node, I mean, based on our use case. So we have selected what type of a node and how many nodes, minimum, maximum, and node availability, unavailability configuration also. Next, subnets, of course we have selected 3 subnets. Next is the review page. Come back, configure remote access. Okay, what's happening here? If you want to access your nodes, log into your EC2 nodes, whatever we are creating, you have to enable this configure remote access to nodes. So you have to select a key pair obviously, and security group will be created, it seems. But if you only need to log into Linux server, why? Tell me one reason why we need to log in. Because we will be deploying through EKS kubectl, I mean through master only, control plane only, right? Why we need to log into nodes? Not required, right? Maybe if required, you have to enable it. Got what I'm saying? I don't need it, so that's why I'm disabling it. Next, review and create. So node group we are creating Linux nodes, and how many AMI we selected, instance type, disk size, how many nodes we want, maximum unavailability, and the subnet network, which network already selected for VPC, which subnets you want to create the nodes. So as I told you, every time it's ask you which subnet, select all, because why? Because sorry, what is that? If one, these subnets are created in each and every availability zone. So if one subnet is down, another one we can able to use it in order to deploy. That's why. So that's what node group is created. Let's wait. It will take some time creating. See, we have to wait. So click on node groups, you will see details, nodes. It will still create. So it will take time. Health issues, as of now, no. Kubernetes labels, that's the label we give. Update config, it's maximum unavailable node. Whatever we give, it will be here. Taints, of course, we haven't have any taint. So we have to wait again for a few minutes. I'm telling you, in order to do this. Let's wait. So once the node group is created, we can able to connect to our cluster. Well, we'll see how to connect to our cluster, and we'll see like how to deploy our application. Let's see. Creating. Still, how do I know it's creating? Come back here. There is it. Still creating. Let's wait. Wait, wait. Let's see. Let's go to EC2 if the servers are created or not. See, servers are created, it seems. Today, yeah. Let's see here. Where is this? Refresh. See, notes. One is not ready. Maybe it will take still take some time. But yeah, let's wait. It's still creating. Yeah, that's why. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait one more minute. So let it create. So no, no, no. Let's refresh again. It should be still okay. Still creating. Let's wait. Still, wait, one more minute, almost. Once we create node group, yeah, first at least let's set up our local environment, because let's download kubectl, because kubectl is required to connect to cluster, right? So let's download kubectl. Where is this kubectl? Yeah, here. Let's first it downloading. Yes. Mhm. What? Did not copy it? Yeah, sorry. No such folder directory. Mm-hmm. Kubectl location. See why this is not okay. Kubectl no such folder directory. Failed to read. Oh wait. This is the one to download. My bad. I forgot to download this. Wait. Let's wait. Oh, I'm downloading. Wait 1 minute. Let me cancel it. You know why? So our server is in 1.29, right? But this is the 1.28 kubectl. So always make sure we follow the same version 1.29. Is it not there? Mm-hmm. Okay, kubectl deleted. Let's try downloading 1.8 only. Let's see. Is it still? Oh my god, really? Ah, really? Come on, man. Why this much time? You shouldn't be taking this much time. And one node is not ready. We have to see. It can run 4 parts. See the information you can able to see. See, it's still pending. It's okay. The plugin, whatever we told, it's not initialized. Come on, let it load. See, if you remember, while creating the cluster, we selected some add-ons, right? Some plugins. Where this will be installed? Of course, in the nodes, obviously. That's why it's taking this much time. How to find out? Go to compute, select any of the server. Let's say this is the server information, right? What is the ID, which group, Linux, and everything information, capacity. I mean, this many pods you can able to run. How much memory is available? If you go below, these are the pods running in that. And if you see events. So see, it is doing it for you. It is trying to do it for you. But of course, one of the node is failed. That's why it is trying again. It failed for some reason. Where is it? Is the error gone? Maybe now it is not showing. Okay, yeah, here see. So that's why it is taking some time. If you see cube kubelet installed, node successfully synced successfully, node controller is installing, so kube proxy currently going on. It will still taking time. Let's wait. So meanwhile, yeah, let's kubectl the command. Let's try. Oh, sorry, I had to download. I just keep on forgetting this. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes, yes, kubectl okay. Yeah, kubectl is ready. Kubectl -hyphen version. What? Kubectl command not found. Why the hell? It is there. What the hell? hmm hmm Let's execute this. This is for Linux, not for Windows. I want to have it for Windows. Let's try from command line. Not recognized as internal command. Mhm. What the hell is this issue? kubectl, yeah, it is downloaded. Binary error. Mhm. Let's wait. Setup kubectl Windows. Wait. Windows. Maybe this approach. Let's try here with this. Meanwhile, check this. Is it still creating? God. Oh my God. See the hell it is taking this much time. Yeah, but yeah, we cannot do anything. We have to wait 11 minutes. So yeah, but let's see Windows. So oh, forgot. My bad. Sorry. It's a Windows, right? So I have to use the exec, not Linux. This is whatever I downloaded. It's for Linux. It's a Linux executable file. For Windows, I have to install using MSI or exe. How could I forget? Come on, let's try. hmm I'm downloading C, and next once to download, validating it. Check some I'm validating. Going on. Using the command prompt, they gave these commands to check, to validate, the kubectl which we downloaded. Okay. Next, kubectl version client. Yeah, obviously it's created. Now version is ready. Now all we have to do is, what we do. Wait for this guy. Oh, we installed a little earlier over 1.29. Head the hell is it? Come on. It's okay. Yeah, that's okay. What I'm doing currently now is again I am deleting this kubectl. You know why? The kubectl which I downloaded the latest version, I did not check the version. It's 1.32. 1.32 won't support with 1.29. So if you install 1.29, 1.2 versions can able to use, but 1.32 is too new. So that's why I'm downloading the old version. Again I'm downloading. That's okay. Meanwhile, we can download n number of times until the cluster is ready. Let's wait. 67%, 79, 81. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, done finally. Just verifying the check. So all good. Now let's try kubectl version. That's okay. Unable to connect. This is fine because we don't have any cluster. Let's just type an client. Yeah, it's fine because why this is the error is throwing is it is trying to talk to server. If you specify just client, it will just give you the client details. Of course, we don't have any servers, so it will throw error. Once we integrate this server, then it will come. kubectl also ready. This is too bad. I should have discussed this topic yesterday. Tomorrow maybe. That's okay. Let's wait. Let's wait. How many minutes has been? There is it. 15 minutes. So average time is 15 minutes. Ah, come on. This I don't need it. Come on. Why it is happening? If I see the servers are ready, 2x2 checks also passed. It is trying to install the whatever the plugins are there. See, this is the only pending EBS thing. If I go inside, how to skip this? We only told that to install, but it is taking too much time, right? Why to waste of time? No, I can't use this. They are saying so many things, but this is for EKS. A minute ago, see it tried a minute ago, but it's not creating. Network is not ready. Container runtime network not ready. Network is false. This one, let's see. EVS CSI node. See, this is good. This is created. This also it came, but immediately it pulled the image. Oh my god. See these many things. You need to pull the image, run the driver. Okay. It also came, but it immediately done. Unnecessarily we selected the plugins. Now I'm feeling it. See the pods. These are the pods just running. Where? In those EC2 servers. That's why the pods are showing. Maybe service replica sets or something. Yes, yeah, replica sets running. You can see everything here. Of course, you can see the same thing from kubectl also, which will be doing it now. Let it ready. Maybe we'll see. We'll try. So in order to access the cluster, we have multiple ways to access the cluster. Wait, I have to install AWS CLI here. Yes, the AWS is there. Yeah, AWS is CLI is there. Sorry. So let's cluster is ready. Means scenario now. It will take some time. Yeah, we cannot wait until that. Too much time really. I did not expect this much time, but that's okay. Let it create. We'll see. At least one node is ready. So we'll try if this works or not. So we created the cluster. will be soon deploying the application. Now what we have to do is connect to cluster from local. So one easy way for now I'll be discussing is uh, using keys, security keys. So security, of course, as I told you, don't use this, but just for temporary testing purpose, we can able to use this. So there are other ways also, but this is one of the way. I understand. Create it. Let's open Notepad. Copy it. Paste it. Yes. Close. Continue. So now first thing we have to configure. So AWS configure. Copy this. Next is asking paste this. It is showing these are my old keys. Of course they are deleted. Region is EU West 1, yes. Default text is fine. So now AWS I connected. Simple just command I ran. So there's a bucket. Okay, it's already done. Now how to do it is, how to connect to cluster is, there is a command. So AWS EKS, as I told you, right, we'll be using kubeconfig generally to connect. Even though if you what is that, install kubeadm, by default there will be a kubeconfig file, as I told you earlier. So when we try to run kubectl get pods, so whatever the command, kubectl commands, it will talk to that, read that kubeconfig file only. Since in that at the time we are running the commands within the server, within the master only. Now we don't have master, right? We don't have control over master. That's why we are fetching the kubeconfig and we are using it. Hyphen region EU West 1. What is the cluster name? I think dev hyphen cluster. Sorry, wrong. Update spelling also wrong, correct. Enter. See, a new context has been added. It means in this path config file is created. Let me go there. See users.q. See users .q. See the config file. In this is the kubeconfig file. See the URL endpoint. This is the same endpoint 7cb65. Let's go here. 7cb65. See, I totally right. We don't need endpoint directly. All we need is kubeconfig only, and it will automatically do it for you. And see the information. This is the cluster ARN. So this is how we will be connecting to the cluster user. See name, context, and everything. So by default it will be there. Now try kubectl get pods. Kubectl get po. It will give you the cluster. Of course there is nothing. Pods -a. In the default namespace there is nothing. See, these are the pods which we have. See, they are all pending. Few are pending if you observe, because one node they are pending, right? Still kubectl get nodes will get two nodes, obviously, because we have two. One is not ready, one is ready. See, how do you know whether this or not? These are the AWS host names, right? 172.31.29. Go here. 172.31.29, it's ready, which is another is not ready. See, as simple as that. Of course it will take time, still it's creating, but we cannot wait, so I'm just showing you. Now I want to deploy something. Deploy sample. I mean, I can write, but why to waste our time? Sample nginx deployment. Official website. Copy this. See, this is the one. Copy. Go here. Create a file. Sorry, VA won't work in here. Create a file. In downloads I'll save it. nginx.yaml. Yeah, YAML file. Let's go here. kubectl apply -f nginx. It will be created in this node wherever it's running. I mean ready, whichever is ready. Let's wait. See, it's created. How to see? Kubectl get po. Of course I'm running in the default namespace, obviously, so it will show here. take time. Let's describe, or let's see here also. That's completely fine. Go here, resources, pods, default namespace. See, we created two pods, right? See, containers nginx. What happened? Untolerations night. There is a taint, it seems. So we have to use this tolerated node not ready. Oh, it's running in this node specifically. Let's go. How to see? Yeah, maybe get pods. I don't know why. I believe it's went to this pod. Sorry, this node. Where is the node? Why it is not displaying? That's okay. So this one not too many pods. One too many pods. No, no. Okay, let's reduce the part because let me go to one node. I'll tell you why this is happening. This node, let's say four parts maximum we can run, but four already running. I cannot run. See, I cannot run any more pods. That's why I want this. Let's create one more node. What happens? Where is this? Compute node group nodes. So refresh. Come on, why? So health obviously failed. Unhealthy nodes. That's fine. So I can increase this. Or I can create a new node group. That is completely fine. Create failed. Why the hell? Let's do one thing. Why the hell create failed? See, too much time it took because of small resources. If I delete again, if I create, I can be able to create, with maybe not T2 micro, maybe T2 medium or T2 large. Again, it will take 20 minutes. But you got my point. I mean, I want you to use T2 medium maybe or T2 large servers, not T2 micro, just like me. Don't use it. And of course, you have seen how to connect, how to deploy your pods. So pods will work for in your case. In my case, it's not working because the issue. The based on the instance type, there will be limitation of pods. How many can we run? So the limitation is four pods already. Four pods already running because of the annotations. So that's why. That's the issue. But yeah, you got my point overall, right? What I'm trying to do here. If I can do it again, delete this node group, create one more node group with the T2 large, it will take too much time. That's the only thing. Got it? So that's about deploying our application. Of course, not only this, you can deploy anything. Let's say you want to deploy an ingress. So try this one. Ingress controller, right? Similar way, AWS have application load balancer, right? Application load balancer. You know what is application load balancer? So through Kubernetes, we can able to create an ingress, which will create an application load balancer ingress. So once you deploy, see ingress, it will create an ingress load balancer for you. All you have to do is set up the ingress controller. ALB ingress controller you have to set up. Once that is setup is done, earlier what we did, we tried nginx controller, right? So what happened when we try nginx controller? First thing is we have to set up. Sorry, this one. We set up the controller first, ingress controller. Then we have to use the manifest file, the ingress manifest file to deploy. Similar way here, ALB ingress is there where it will create application load balancer in our where is that in load balancers, and we can able to use it. So similar way. So once we set up the ALB ingress controller first, then use this manifest file. So in order to access it, got it? Is it clear?
Yeah, no.
So practice it because I cannot show you. It will take too much time again. So I'll be deleting the node group soon. So practice this. I mean, of course, internally whatever you're seeing, all are Kubernetes things, not really a new thing which you haven't seen. Got it? So practice, and tomorrow same time we'll connect. Got it?
Yeah, no. Okay.
So all right then. So yeah, we'll meet tomorrow same time. Bye. Bye. Bye then. Bye.